Kind of felt like there's always new and exciting games coming out recently, like every day recently, so it can be really hard to keep up. Luckily for me at least, June is a little bit more dry. There are still things coming out though, so today we're going to go over 7 games I think look cool and that you should keep an eye out for. This isn't everything for June, so if I didn't cover one you're waiting for, let me know down in the comments. I'm always looking for more stuff to play. Anyway, let's get into it and talk about some games. To start things off, we have the Gothic Remake, releasing on the 5th. Developed by Alchemia Interactive and published by THQ Nordic, it's priced at $50. This is a self-described faithful remake of the genre-defining classic RPG. And if that's true, this might be the perfect gateway for anyone trying to get into the series that started 25 years ago. While I've never played the original Gothic game, I'm pretty sure this one is going to live up to the hype for me at least. It looks amazing, giving the old game a new coat of paint without trying to look overly realistic, and if earlier reviews are to be believed, it might end up just being as brutal and rewarding as the original. There's no shortage of vaguely medieval-style RPGs, but I'm not complaining, and I'm looking forward to this one.
So full of contradictions. Those who follow the new god speak of salvation, but faith may have an even grimmer future in store.
Now, to take it to a completely different direction, Killer Bean is coming out just a few days later on June 8th if you need some sort of palate cleanser from Gothic. Developed by Killer Bean Studios, this one will only set you back $15. I remember this game being a meme all over the internet, at least on the parts of Twitter I was on, at least a few months ago, and then I felt like everyone forgot about it. But as I started to look deeper into this, it looks like it's going to be a competent, albeit still silly, open world third-person shooter. In this game, you play as the Killer Bean, a rogue assassin coffee bean who is hell-bent on taking down the Shadow Agency, some sort of criminal organization that you used to be a part of. It sounds like something you would come up with your friends after staying up way too late, and looks like it too, but at the same time it looks like a fun time that has had genuine work and polish put into it. No matter how much staying power you think something like this might have down the line, if you're going to be playing this a year from now, who knows, you do have to admit that this does look like a good time for however long you end up playing it.
Powerful enough to shape the world, until they lied to me and tried to kill me. Now, I'm gonna destroy them.
And if Killer Bean is a little too fast-paced for you, this next game might be more your speed. Swan Song is a cozy puzzle game that's pretty much completely set inside a puzzle box. Developed by Business Goose Studios, it's releasing on the 4th of June and could be the perfect game for anyone that needs to unwind after a long day at work or just wants to relax. Your task is to manipulate musical notes on the puzzle box in order to get a swan safely from one side of the box to the other, while a story unfolds alongside that. While this might not personally be my cup of tea, I wanted to throw something different out there, and my girlfriend tried it and she said that it was fun. It wasn't anything amazing, but there might be more beyond the demo, so I'm willing to give this one a shot. Swan Song seems like it was made by people to help people relax and take it easy, and I can't knock it for that. However, this next game is anything but small, and ever since it was announced, I've seen some pretty strong opinions online. I'm talking about the new Star Fox game coming out to Switch on the 25th, starting at $50. And it'll probably stay at that price for a long time after, if we're being honest, with Nintendo being Nintendo. When the trailer dropped, I think the biggest thing people noticed was the revamped design of Fox McCloud and his crew. It's nothing like the Fox that we just saw from the Mario Galaxy movie. It's way more realistic. And while I didn't grow up with these designs or these characters, so I don't have a super strong opinion, I gotta admit I wasn't a huge fan of the realistic design. But at the same time, it is cool to see Nintendo try out a new angle with the characters, even if it seems to be mostly a fresh coat of paint on an old game. This entry in the series is the newest game since Star Fox Zero in 2016, and is the second remake of Star Fox 64. And while that is a classic, I don't know if people want to retry the ground of the classic shooter again. However, this might be great for people that have never played that original game like me and are looking to maybe get into the Star Fox series. But like I said, opinions are mixed. Even if you aren't sold, I have to admit the game looks amazing, character design notwithstanding.
Figure out what's going on. Dr. Andros made mistakes, and he paid the price for them. But whatever else he is a genius. Maybe he found a way to survive.
This next entry also has you piloting a vehicle, but in a way you might not have seen before, no offense to Star Fox. Developed by Undercoders, releasing on the 17th, this game is all about being a train, and it's called Denshattack. Denshattack looks like a mix between Jet Set Radio, the Tony Hawk games, and the Japanese public transit system, with some anime thrown in just on the top. It's fast-paced, colorful, and if it can pull everything off, I could see this being the sort of game I play for an hour or so every night while I unwind before bed. Hopefully it sticks the landing because I'm in love with this art style. And next up, we got Adventures of Elliot from Square Enix and Claytech Works. Releasing on the 18th for $60, this is another RPG from the people that made Octopath Traveler and Bravely Default. And while most of the commentary on this was about the name at first, I think we can be pretty much positive that this game will pack a dense story with an interesting cast of characters and look beautiful while doing it all the way through. This game doesn't look like your average turn-based RPG. It seems to be a lot more real-time, which we don't usually see with these pixel art type games, and I'm honestly really digging it. I don't know what I was expecting, but after looking into this more, I will be giving it a shot, if not day one, pretty soon. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You're going into battle ready to put your life on the line, aren't you?
And lastly, maybe not from a studio as big as Square Enix, CALX is bleeding just as much style to stand out for me personally. Releasing on June 4th back at the beginning of this month, this is the first game from devs True Colors, and I for one will be giving it a chance on release. This game kind of reminds me of Sword of the Sea, which I reviewed a while ago, combined with Journey, if I asked it for a little bit more from the player in terms of gameplay, and if the art style went a little heavier on the line art. I'm not quite sure what to expect from this, but it looks very interesting. I get the feeling that this is the sort of game that impacts you a lot or leaves you wanting more. Who's to say? We'll have to find out. And that is 7 games, guys. Are they going to be any good? I have no idea, but I sure hope so. If anything, they at least look interesting, which is always good. You know, you don't want to play the same thing over and over again. At least I don't. Let me know which of these you're most looking forward to. Did I mention the ones you're waiting for, or did you discover something new through this video? I'd love to hear about down in the comments, or if you're from the future and now know all these games suck, let me know that too. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video in a couple weeks.